Now, number two, the mind is your servant. And that is a big one. We live in a world where the mind rules, thinking rules, analyzing rules, strategizing, trying to figure things out. And as a personal comment, trust me, I really, really so deeply understand that. I used to be that child with nights where I used to overthink so hard until it gave me a migraine and I could not stop. Intrusive thoughts, panic attacks, so many things that there's so many psychological labels for. But what was really going on, and is going on for pretty much everyone in this world, is that the mind is the master. And we're just kind of running behind it, trying to catch up. The mind is your servant. And when we say, but I can't stop thinking, I can't shut off my mind, I can't, then we are willingly offering up our divine power to this servant and make it a master. Your brain is a wonderful tool. It is amazing and extraordinary. It can create so much trouble. It can think itself into oblivion, into craziness. And with all the school systems and everything that we've built and how we live, we have glorified the brain. The more you know, the more data you know, the more you can use that data to analyze and judge, the more honored you become in this world. Now, of course, don't get me wrong, education and understanding actually helps us awaken. So there's the level and there's the path where you just learn and understand. And when you read your first spiritual book, when you start to learn about all these things, the brain indeed can help you lift, but only so far. I often heard the question, but what happens when I don't think? Well, there's a wisdom within you. You could call it, if you wish, a higher brain, but it's so much more than that, because it is so much more pure. And if we wish to maybe use the word advanced in that, your soul essence that you are, connects to the quantum field, is part of it. You, the real you, at all times has access to all the information that has ever been and will ever be. Everything is available to you, but you can only find that through silencing the traditional human mind. And the number one step is the willingness to accept this in a completely headstrong society where the head, the brain is God. And as I mentioned, I've battled with panic attacks and so much to say about that. And I hope you will discover that material too. But the truth is, once you understand that, one, you're not your body, you're not your brain, and the mind is your servant, your true freedom begins. And not the freedom that would seek you to leave this body, rather the freedom that would offer you limitless possibilities with this body. You can revitalize, you can regenerate. I really love when people don't believe I just turned 40, and I really plan on keeping that up. Whatever it is that you wish to experience, however long you wish to be here and be present, the body and the mind are your servants. They are your tools to be here. So I would like to invite you for the following exercise. Choose one thought, one thing in your life that is just driving you crazy, that is something that you just can't let go. A belief. What is it you can't? And decide, and this is This is discipline, human discipline. We all have it. And I know you met it, even if you think, well, I can't really do that. I can never commit. I can never meditate. I can never do this. That is not true. Look through your life. I promise that you will find at least one example, whether you were forced, so to speak, by school or whatever, where you followed through and you kept doing it, even though you didn't want it, or maybe you didn't even enjoy it. You have discipline in you. Because remember, as long as you said, I can't, this is just how I am, this is just how I was born, that's how you're throwing your power away. You can anything and everything you commit to and follow through with. So choose one. Don't try to change everything all at once right now, especially if you're super headstrong. Start with one, because when with one thing, you're going to have a success experience that will already give your brain the data that, I can do it. And that will start fundamentally shifting that belief system. Because remember this, your brain is a supercomputer, nothing more. It is a supercomputer that functions based on previous data, okay? That's why it's so hard often to change your belief and our thinking, because you don't have data to support that. Your brain is kind of going through all its files and it's like, wait a minute, I have no data to support that. I have decades worth of data that says I can't. I have not one data that says I can. So start generating new data, new experiences for yourself, especially if you feel super stuck. Choose one thing in your belief system that you want to change and decide. Take your journal, take a pen and paper, write it down. What do you want the new belief system to be? And get up every morning. And if you have to put Post-its all around the house, write it down on papers, put it in front of you, tattoo it on your head. Joking, don't do that. But do something. I love to leave out the piece of paper when I have my things that I really want to follow through and something new that I want to bring in. I leave it in random places. Put in your phone alarms that 10 times a day comes up and says the new belief system. And in that moment, take a big breath, hand to heart center. Take a big breath. I am not my body. My mind is my servant. And practice that. Practicing new thoughts is like going to the gym. It is really like that. It is building a new muscle. Just remember, your brain, you have neurological pathways that have been firing a certain way. Thinking a certain way, feeling a certain way. They're not only just your habits, they are by now physical experiences. So you need to reprogram your body. You need to change that. And no, you don't need to be a neurologist for that. You don't need to have any kind of special whatever ability activated. You have a bunch, they're going to activate naturally. All you need to do is commit. Choose yourself. Choose the love. Say that, wait a minute, no one can save me. I can wait for the new book, the new course, the new whatever. We live in a world of collective victim consciousness, but it is not real. It is not our truth. And only you can save yourself from it. So for the second known, your practice is to take first one and then another one and keep practicing. Take the belief system and give it at least a week. That for 1 week, every time the old habit comes up, it's very important, side note here, but very important. When the old one comes up, stop arguing with yourself. Like, oh my God, I did that again. Oh my God, I'm thinking like that again. That's the very energy that's keeping you stuck. Self-judgment, let it go. Nobody's judging you. There's not some old bearded guy up there waiting to be like, look what you've done there again. No, it's all you. The only person stopping you and judging you is you. And again, oh my God, I used to be such a master at that. Like, decades, right? We all do it. It's up to you. So when you catch yourself doing the old thing that just doesn't work for you, breathe, and let it go. At first, it's going to feel weird and empty. Giving you an example. I just can't make money. Abundance avoids me. Like, how? I have a crap job. There are no, how? Mm-mm. Letting that go. You decide that every day you get up and start the day by saying, I'm so abundant. The universe loves me so much. There's so much coming to me. All I have to do is breathe and open up my heart and the space for it energetically. Not the, oh, but how? How should I do it? What should I look for another job? That's the brain being the master again. All you have to focus is being in a new energy, embracing a new way of thinking and relaxing into it more and more. And as I said at first, it might feel very empty. You'll be like, abundance is coming to me. And instead you'll be like, oh my God, this is such BS, right? That's very normal. This is where commitment, discipline. And the question comes in, how bad do you want it? Did you reach that moment where enough is enough? Or are you still repeating cycles? And don't judge yourself for that answer. Remember, no, number one, you're not your body. You're not this pretty thing because it's beautiful. You chose it. Don't judge it. It's your sacred geometrical form. It's your temple. You chose. Maybe it's not in the healthiest form. You can always change that. But regardless, it is your perfect home. So love it. And know that you're not it. You're just taking a vacation in it. Or doesn't feel maybe a vacation. It's maybe like an adventure story right now. Advanced level adventure. But yet here you are. You chose to be here in this body. So love it. And own it. Don't let it own you. The second known, the brain is your servant. Decide. Do you want that decades-old programming that you've built up to run your life? Because it is all programming. I used to study. Now I went back again just so that I can support you all with more information and better. But I didn't finish my psychology degree. There's a saying, everybody who's messed up becomes a psychologist. So true. And I stopped. I'm like, I need to heal myself. And it took me 10 years of sweat and tears and nightmares and sometimes 3 panic attacks while I was a single mom to come out of that program. But me and all of us were meant to do that, to go through that the hardest way possible so that we can have all the information and all the tools to help you. And that's why I'm here today, to help you, because I did it. And you can do that too. It's just programming. It is not you. And it's scary for the body and the brain to let go of that programming because it's like, whoa, what's happening? Oh my goodness, who am I if I am not that fear, not that limitation? Discipline and trust. And we are going to get there in one moment. So beloved, you're not your brain, you're not your body, and they're not your bosses. You are the boss. So act like it.